Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Libra in mid-September 2020. What is going on, Libra? How are you guys doing? I hope that you're doing well. Okay, guys. First message for you guys. Happy birthday, Libra. For those who will be celebrating quite soon here at the tail end of September. And if you're celebrating in October, obviously for all of you guys, I hope you have an amazing birthday. If you're able to get out and celebrate, again, be safe, be cautious, as we're still very much dealing with a pandemic, but I hope that your birthday is an actually fabulous and amazing time for you, okay? Second message to you guys, super duper big old apologies that your video is coming out kind of late, kind of significantly behind schedule. Last week I had a thing going on with my back. It got better. And then yesterday it kind of crept back a little bit, but so instead of sitting in this horrible chair that I have to do your video and other videos that I had to do for the day, I just, again, pushed everything to today. So you will be receiving this today. What is today? Today's the 20th. So like knocking right at the door of your birthday season. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for your patience in waiting for these messages. The general message, again, is I hope you're happy, safe, healthy, and secure at this time, Libra. I'm wishing that for everybody in the collective, everybody on Earth, for God's sakes, because 2020 has turned out to be one hell of a year, right? In any case, please continue to take very good care of yourselves and the people that you know and love, and let's get through this terrible, terrible year together, friends. Okay. On with the general announcements or the general introduction. Libra, if there's anything that you want from me, it is already in the description box. If you want the timestamp, it is down there. If you want to see the information you need, if you want to get a personal reading with me, that interest is down there. That information is down there. And if you're interested, and if you have a question before you place an order, just email me at the same address. I'll answer you as soon as I can. If you're interested in doing donations, someone asked about that recently, so I'm sharing it with everybody. You can use either the PayPal app or the Cash app. That's down below, the links to that information. I don't go live on YouTube enough for more people to utilize Super Chat, so in the meantime, that's your best option. And again, of course, a donation is a donation. It's not required. It's not even requested. It's up to you guys if you want to do that. And if you want the link to my Instagram, it is also down in the description box, okay? All right, there we go. Let's get into this for Libra in September 2020, please. Libra, September 2020, messages for Libra in September 2020, messages, energies, and insights for Libras in September 2020. Excuse me, mid-September. Was I just saying September the entire time? My bad. Mid-September, please, for Libra. General messages, energies, and insights for Libra in mid-September, please. Thank you. One bridge, it feels like. One bridge, I think. All right, let's see. For Libra, please, mid-September. Okay. One more, please. Okay. All right, guys, let's see what's shaking. First card was the Five of Wands. Oops, second card was the Queen of Swords in reverse, and then the Devil card. Okay. Feels a little nasty. Gotta tell you, feels a little bit nasty. But let's see. Let's get into it. Five of Swords. Queen of Swords in reverse. And then the Devil card. Major Arcana for Capricorn. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, but you don't have to be. I don't know what the disagreement is. I don't know what is contentious in your life, Libra. But it feels very apparent here. It feels very, to a certain degree, inescapable. It feels like possibly inevitable that you've been in possible competition with a person or a group of people, because, there's more than one person featured in this card. And in typical depictions of the Five of Wands, we do see a group of people. So you could be, like I said, in a competition. You could be having disagreements with your family, your friends, whoever. And, you know, the artwork of this, because it's a bowling alley, you know, and it's the girls doing their doing their thing with that particular episode in the series Golden Girls. I'm hoping it's friendly competition. I'm hoping that it's just, you know, maybe if it's not a competition and is a disagreement, maybe it's just a misunderstanding that it's based on, or the starting point was a misunderstanding, maybe in some cases. But honestly, I mean, I can't. Okay, I'm all mentioning the episode as if I know it by heart. I really don't. But this episode, in the Golden Girls, from what I remember, it's like I think it was like two of them agreed to be bowling partners, but then one of them decided to go with like Sophia or something like that, or Blanche, one of the, and it's just like promises, yeah, promises or expectations, I suppose. Agreements were kind of broken. Like, we agreed to be partners, we agreed to go in on this together, we agreed to be teammates, and then one of the original two teammates basically sells the other out or goes behind the other one's back and teams up with another person. Does that make sense? Okay. So like that's the point. Is I feel you or it's a general, so it can go vice versa. So you or someone else thought you had a solid connection, thought that you had a solid understanding with another person, you were on the same page, you were going towards the same goal, you were willing to compete or be teammates in some sense, and then the other person or you, whoever it was, totally went behind the other one's back or reneged on the agreement or something like that. And, you know, I if it was something like, I mean, but they portrayed it in the episode that this bowling competition was huge. So, I mean, maybe it's a huge thing to you, but I mean, I don't know. Libra, it feels like it could go the route of bad blood for some of you, not all of you though. For some of you, this is again a misunderstanding. This was maybe misinformation was passed around. Maybe you thought you had locked in a certain person to be in partnership with in business, you know, planning something, whatever. And then there may have been, you know, some haywire or, like I said, some misunderstanding. And so I feel like somebody might be saying, well, I thought this had changed. So because I thought it had changed, I went and made other arrangements, something like that. Now, I don't know if that's an excuse. I don't know if that's the truth. I don't know the details or the whys, the wheres, the whats, and all that stuff. I don't know all those details. But that could be what someone in this situation is saying. Based on their impression of the information, based on what they understood, they were, quote unquote, within their rights, so to speak, to seek other people to partner up with, or another teammate, or somebody else to work with. This could just be a client and an owner kind of relationship. You know, there could be professional services sort of agreed to be rendered, but then someone reneges on a contract or they drop out of a deal, something like that. And regardless of what the detail is, so there we kind of can see the different ways that this can all connect together. And that's mostly friendships and business that I'm feeling, but this can also go to family. The deeper part of the Five of Wands is that competitive, rowdy, you know, feisty energy where all people involved are coming to win. All people involved want to win. All people involved want to come out the victor, right? Be the person who, you know, is rewarded or something like that. And it doesn't even have to be about a reward or a prize or, you know, a W on the screen, W versus, you know, L. It doesn't have to be that. It could literally just be they want to win the argument. They want to make a point. They want to, you know, succeed on the principle of the thing. So someone here possibly in the Five of Swords, or excuse me, in the Five of Wands, someone here with the Five of Wands might have a high level of integrity or dignity, or at least that's where they're coming from. My dignity is on the line. My integrity is on the line. The name of my business, the name of my company, the name of my family, whatever. There's something where someone here, not everybody, but there's an energy in here in the mix. Doesn't have to be you, doesn't have to be the person who you were trying to be partners with. This could be like a third or a fourth or a fifth person, because again, you've got multiple people on this card, right? So someone else in the scenario also is like my dignity, my name, how people are able to perceive me, how I'm being looked at as a member of the community, as a member of this company, as a member of this family. People are gonna, somebody here is like you're not gonna make a fool out of me, or doing this hurts the name of the business, da 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 da. This is bad. This is bad press. This is something something something. All of that kind of stuff. Okay, so there we go. I think we kind of get the picture there. Then we have this Queen of Swords in reverse, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be dealing with another air sign. It could be you technically, but don't hold on to any sign I mentioned outside of your own, okay? Queen of Swords, good old Dorothy, but in the reverse. So the nastiness that I was suspecting, that I was feeling when we first started this reading, I feel is definitely radiating, there we go, thank you, off of this person. Somebody who, male or female, it doesn't matter, sign doesn't matter. But somebody who I think really is possibly punching below the belt, or hitting below the belt. That's how you say it, hitting below the belt. Somebody who's taking possibly really juvenile or really cheap shots at a person in conversation, particularly. It could be possibly taking cheap shots or looking for something to exploit in a legal or more professional way, right? So just as an example, this is just an example. I don't aim to politicize anything on my channel. This could be if you were working a political campaign, whether it be local, statewide, national, it doesn't matter. This could be somebody who puts in the money or works on the creation of a negative ad that hurts the other candidate. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know about you. I don't know where you live. Where I live, the ad campaigns, especially local ones, are usually not that bad. They're usually like pretty, what I would say, sensible. But I've seen other ads from other places in the country, and I'm like, wow. Like that is, it's not cheap like it was cheaply made. It's cheap like the things that are said in the campaign, in the ad, right? So that's what this feels like. This person uses cheap language, cheap assaults. Verbally, I'm talking about verbally because it's the Queen of Swords, right? So we're definitely heavily talking about the way someone is communicating, the way someone is constructing their argument, the way that somebody is sort of defending themselves is almost to overly assault or attack the other side. Okay, so this person, whether it be you or someone else, or the other person, the primary person, or other people in the peripheral, this could be, like, again, with that original scenario, which was coming off of the Five of Wands. Two people who are primary partners, primary teammates. One person is replaced due to for whatever reason, one of the original partners is replaced. That replacement partner could be talking so much shit about the original partner that they're replacing, right? That person, they never would have been able to do what I can do. I come with these credentials. I'm this way. I'm that way. I have this ability. I have these skills. Or, that person. And again, it's like really cheap. And so it's like talking about physical appearance. It's talking about how much money they have. It's talking about, their education, whether they're smart or stupid. I'm going to tell you, this person is saying that someone is stupid. This person doesn't, whoever they're attacking, whoever they're criticizing, if it's not an attack, it's criticism, high levels of criticism. Whoever this person is criticizing, they don't respect them. They don't respect that person. They really debase whoever is being criticized. Whoever this person, Queen of Swords, has it out for, they're debasing them so hard, so hard. I feel this is friends, family, and professional settings. In there could be a love dynamic. There could be some romantic dynamic in any of those realms. And if it is that just makes it even more complicated. But I wanted to touch on that because for some of you, this is like an offshoot of that, or it is connected there somehow, but I can't sense it. It's not the clearest part. What I'm more sensing is a division of sides. Whether it be evenly 2 versus 2, 3 on 3, whatever, or whether it's 2 people versus, 80 people. I don't know. there's some division of sides, and one side or both sides, okay, they're being very fair. They're like, both sides could have a character like this that go for the jugular, that, hit below the belt, that really don't really have any problems dragging somebody through the dirt. Oh, thank you. For some, that could be what's going on here. That this Queen of Swords is not spreading rumors, but airing out dirty laundry, right? Rumors is possible too, but when I stopped for a second, that's what I felt. I felt like a betrayal. I felt like a betrayal of confidence, where somebody, maybe they feel burned, and I'm not giving this person sympathy. I don't know who to sympathize for in this situation at all, truly, Libra, because it's so many different energies coming together, and it's a clash. That's the point of it. All I feel is the clash. I don't know who's correct. I don't know who is quote unquote right and who quote unquote is wrong. But somebody in the situation, or multiple people, are just throwing jabs, bringing out the secrets, bringing out the things that were told in confidence. So this could be former friends, former colleagues, again, partners or teammates, right? Or this is so interesting. And I know I mentioned something similar like this in a previous reading. I don't know who it was for. Might have been for multiple people. Was it for the other air signs? Did I do Aquarius? Gemini, I know, has had a lot of contentious energy. And you do have, again, this Swords energy does coincide or signal that there's a possibility for Gemini's influence or presence here. If you know you're dealing with a Gemini, you might want to watch their reading. I don't think Aquarius had contention in theirs, but I know there was another sign. Regardless, and Mars is in retrograde, and to me, I think Mars doesn't get enough shine. Mars is very important because this retrograde is kicking my ass. So, and I'm getting the sense that it's having its way with several other people based on the readings I've been doing. It's no different for your situation, Libra. Yeah, so somebody's bringing out those personal attacks. Again, it could just be, business, political ads, social media attacks, that could be happening. All of this could be happening in a virtual space, on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever, right? It doesn't have to be even with people. There you go. That's interesting. For some, this doesn't even have to be people that you know. Like some of you might, again, own a business or have a very well documented or public persona. You have a public position. You don't have to be a celebrity, but you could be semi-famous, or you just have like a really poppin' Instagram for your your dog daycare center or something. I don't know. And one or two people are coming at your business trying to defame you or trying to get people to see what they think is the truth, that you're a bad business owner, you're a bad this, you're a bad that, you're horrible at this. And then they take, again, the personal shots and everything like that. So this person is a piece of work. Boo, I don't like that. And if it's you, hey, own it. Now, final card to initiate your reading is the Devil card. Again, major arcana for Capricorn, but you don't have to be dealing with a Capricorn. Sorry, I'm like trying to reach my water bottle here. For some of you guys, this is the way it's always been. The way it's always been. For those where this is like family and friends, this is like another Tuesday to you. This is something very, very common. It's common practice. It's like sort of on a schedule or something, where it feels like at some point it was always going to come to this, because it always comes to this. Things always, get to this level with this person or with this group of people. That's specific to like family and friends. If it's business, maybe you have a certain business or you have a certain clientele that, no offense to anybody, like maybe, again, no offense to anybody, but there's a stereotype of people who, are worth a lot of money, and like they have like sort of this like snooty, bougie, high maintenance thing, right? And if that's your primary clientele, people who are high maintenance, who come from money or who have affluence and all that kind of stuff, there's certain expectations that to quote unquote a regular person are kind of out of this world. And one misstep in one direction or one thing that isn't up to the standards, up to the expectations of that very high profile client, they can wreck your life. So it could go the reverse way, where I said like somebody, like some of you guys have like a high profile business or a business that just has a lot of social media presence, and you have like these quote unquote small, again, I'm quoting everything because I don't want to offend anybody, but you have like these small people, these local people who are trying to rally together and like, you know, take shots at your business, right? It could be the reverse. You could be a small business and have encountered someone who is massively influential, who has a huge media presence, who has a lot of money, possibly like it was with the, like I told you with the political ads, a lot of disposable income, and they're trying to do a hit job on you, trying to do a hit job on your business, potentially. But going back to this devil card, that feels predictable. It feels like either the business that you're in, this exclusive clientele that you cater to, it's kind of, you know, par for the course. You're going to get, you know, a few people who feel entitled to challenge you as a human being, for God's sakes. Because again, somebody is throwing very personal attacks on another person, right? Fair enough. Or not fair enough, but like to me, that's like, again, par for the course when you work in certain businesses like that. So you kind of expect it because that's the type of client that you work with typically. You expect this if this is family. You expect this because this has been going on for how long in your family, how long in these relationships that you've had with people, right? If it's with your friends, if it's like friends that you've known a while or even long-term friends, that might be the more shocking part. Because again, going back to this Five of Wands in the beginning, there was this sense of being teammates, of being, you know, simpatico. We're on the same line or same page here. We want the same things. We're going towards the same goal. We're going to, you know, crush our competition. And then the one who's replaced, maybe they're bitter. Maybe the new person isn't the person who's bitter, right? Isn't the person that's making the personal attacks. It could be the person that was replaced. They've got an axe to grind because they've been ousted in some type of way. Regardless of, I gave you so many details there, or so many possibilities, I should say. Regardless of how this is or why this is, the Devil card comes and to me is speaking to sort of the power dynamic here. There might be an issue with like obsession, fixation, or addiction. That might factor in. That might be sort of like a detail that could speak to someone's motivation or speak to the way that they're behaving. But more to the point, the other aspects that come out with the Devil card are, again, about power dynamics and control. Devil card also relating again to Capricorn 10th house energy. That's major influence or major indication of public life, public personas, and jobs, careers, how you are in society, how you're viewed in society, and what your worth is, what your value is, what your contribution to the public space is. All that is on the table, and it feels like, again, the overall theme thus far has been this battle, has been this embroiled sense of competition and hurting people's feelings or trying to hurt people's integrity, and boo. So I think possibly someone might be feeling like they're in a fight of their life with the devil. I don't know how extreme that is for you. I don't know if that plays for you guys. If it does, great. I'm glad to give you that confirmation. But ultimately, Libra, out of all the readings that have been similar to this, which have been 2 or 3 for the mid-months and maybe even more in September, this has been I'm not feeling this sense of like danger here. Not to say that you're not in danger. If you know your situation, you're like, no, man, my life is really on the line here. I understand. But this feels workable. I'll say it that way. This feels workable. And I don't know why I'm saying that. Maybe it'll come out as we clarify here. So I don't actually want to clarify anything, so let's rephrase that. Let's get further information on this situation for Libra, please. Further information regarding this situation for Libra. Please show me. Further information in this situation for Libra. No. Further information in this situation for Libra, please. Okay. Knocking all my cords and stuff. Where did it go? Okay. Come here. Gotta finagle things with my feet. And then I gotta move this and do this and do that. I can't wait. I've been saying it for so long, but I really can't wait to get a whole new setup. This is so teeny tiny. Okay, so we got 2. Do we want another one? Another one? No. They say no. Okay. So, the Knight of Wands and the Fool in reverse. Knight of Wands, Fool in reverse, major arcana, secondary major arcana for Aquarius. Could be dealing with an Aquarius, but you don't have to be. Okay, so I'm getting like a sense that possibly this situation isn't really going to wrap up anytime soon. That's what that feels like. It feels like where you or someone else or everybody involved might want to see this thing kind of end or see this thing kind of wrap up. I think the intention is there, but the execution might not be the best, okay? Knight of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could be dealing with a fire sign, but you don't have to be. Knight of Wands intends to move forward, intends to make progress, intends to, in some cases, have a good time, have a good laugh out of life, have a good laugh in the situation, be, vibrant and, given into their fancies and stuff like that. Male or female, doesn't matter. The actual zodiac sign doesn't matter. But whoever's energy this is, could be yours, could be multiple people in the situation. It's kind of like a almost, not in all cases, but almost like a bygones be bygones. Like, yeah, we had an argument. Yes, we had a disagreement, but let's just, water under the bridge and let's just move on from this. Maybe that's it. Maybe somebody purposely ignorantly, or purposely trying to remain unaware is like, well, not wanting to acknowledge all the troubles that has happened here. That's possible. If there is an acknowledgement of the troubles, if there is an acknowledgement of the difficulty that has existed in this situation, this person's just like, I want to be over it. I want to be done with it. And I want to get out of here. In some cases, it's just like, I want to get out of this, period. So someone might be wanting to cut their losses. Someone might be wanting to turn and this might just be the perception of another, but turn their back on all the people involved or all of the drama involved. And that might be warranted. It might be self-preservation. It might be selfish. I don't know. But any progress that this person wants, or these people who share this energy want, I feel is kind of DOA. Dead in the water, dead on arrival, because what came out with it was the Fool card in reverse. I'll show you this upright so you can get better used to it. So the Fool speaks to new beginnings, fresh starts from the ground up, taking a leap of faith with no kind of expectations, no kind of worry, and just, seeing where life takes you. Very carefree, right? In the reverse, I'm sensing we're either doing too much of that or that will never happen. Ooh, wow. They're like, that will never happen. Okay. So in some senses, someone is not taking enough responsibility, which again, partnered with the Knight of Wands, is very possible. You could have somebody who's trying to escape their responsibilities, trying to escape blame, trying to make like they never did or said anything wrong. I don't know who this is. I'm getting like multiple people. Like, this is beyond 2 people. This is a group, a family, a business, friends. This is, again, like multiple people, even though you don't know them. Like going back to that online persona thing, or those online social media platforms and stuff like that. So I feel someone here, or again, multiple people are in this energy of possibly just wanting to get over this and escape it. And by wanting that, by trying to go for that, it's also kind of leaving behind or ignoring responsibilities. Or at least that's how people perceive it, because I'm getting that. That's the other thing I'm getting. Words and conversations. And again, we started this reading talking about miscommunication and misunderstandings. I feel that someone saying in the situation, whoever it is, someone says, I don't want to do this anymore. I just kind of want to put all this behind me. And I just don't want to think about this anymore. To another person's ears, sounds like you don't care. You don't want to take responsibility. You're not mature. You're not wanting to be a grown up in this situation. And it's like this weird, it's going back to this Five of Wands. It's like contentious. Someone might be saying, I just, for the sake of my peace of mind, for the sake of the peace of mind of everybody here, I just want to, wash my hands of this and be done, or try and get over this in some type of way. And another person takes that as you're quitting. Maybe you're a quitter. You're not responsible. You're immature. All these things. It's so weird because, I named my channel Empathic Fire for a reason. Because I tend to be able to relate very easily to people's emotions. I can usually sense when people, whatever. This is what the word means, and that's been my life experience. What I'm sensing here is, in your reading, Libra, you have so many different people's emotional perspectives and perceptions and standpoints that I'm just like, I have no idea who is who. I have no, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Because that can happen with the Devil card. There could be a mask going on here, a mask situation. What do I mean? People might not be saying what they truly feel or able to articulate it, Because when I was just saying how someone might say, I just want water under the bridge here, I want to bury the hatchet here, or I just want to move on from this and put all this drama behind me. Like I said, to another person, that sounds like irresponsibility. You're trying to skirt the problem. You're not mature, blah, 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 blah. That person who says that might be wearing a mask in a certain type of way, an emotional mask, a mask on their own. Like that could be a projection. Do you see what I mean? Like, okay, going back to this thing about political ads. I don't know about you, and I actually studied this just a teeny bit in college, and I actually did a group study for it back in college or just after college, that often political campaigns, a lot of the success of a political campaign is to project onto the other side. If you've done the thing, like if one political side knows or one candidate knows they did that thing or they did something similar, they should project it onto their competition in order to spin it, to make it seem like that person or that candidate or that side of the political spectrum is the one that's, doing XYZ. It's, and you can go back to like simple psychology, and that is just something human beings do as a defense mechanism, as a mask. Maybe that's more appropriate, defense mechanism as opposed to mask, right? So somebody here is saying you're immature, you're running away from your problems, you don't want to take responsibility. That is a projection. That's a coping mechanism or defense mechanism, something like that. And if this is friends, family, or any person that you love and care about, that can create a toxic bond or toxic environment, period. Because the Devil also represents this issue of toxicity or codependence as related to methods and means to control others, right? So this full night combination feels to me wanting to get out, wanting to move past, wanting to put it all behind you and turn the page on this situation. And there is some kind of resistance or prevention of that. That's not really happening. It's not really allowed for whatever reason. I don't know where that's coming from, but I'm telling you, it feels like you can want this to be over as much as you want. You can try to escape this as much as you want. And I'm not saying this as like, this is not my advice, my personal advice. This is what's coming out in the cards. It feels like you cannot get away from this, not right now. So maybe we'll say it that way, not right now. It feels very immovable. It feels very prominent and stuck. And it could be because even if, let's say it that way, if it was Five of Wands and let's say there were 5 people, this could be the attitude of just one person and the other 4 are still engaged in this embittered competition, in this embittered argument. One person's like, hey guys, let's just be done with this. And the other 4, if they're still rowdy and they're still fired up over whatever they're contentious over, they're going to drown out that 5th person. The fifth person is just like, come on guys, let's just try and get along here. Let's try and understand each other, or let's just, cut our losses and leave each other alone and move on and move past this. And the other four are still, bickering back and forth. That fifth person will not be heard. So whoever this is, again, that was just an example. Whoever this is, it could be more than one person. They're not going to get what they want. To move on, to move past, to get over. And whoever else is involved, whatever. Libra, it's your reading. I'm going to assume this is you, but it doesn't have to be because, your energy, similar to what I said to Gemini, I think is very populated. There are lots of Libras going through similar situations, but you're all standing in different positions and you all have different perspectives, which is true. That's why it's a general collective reading. That's why you should take everything with a grain of salt. But I can't even sit here and say that most Libras want to be this person or are this person. Some of you Libras, you're the Queen of Swords. Some of you Libras, you're doing the deflection or the projection in the situation. Some of you Libras, you're the one who's talking all this shit. And there's nothing, that's life. That's life. People do that. It's not just Libras. Everybody does that. No sign is perfect, right? So let's get some advice and then we're going to wrap up. So let's get some advice for Libra in this situation. What can they do? Advice for Libra in this situation, please. All right. Is that 3? No, that's 2. We'll take 2. If it was 3, we were going to be shuffling again. Oh, no. Gosh. All right. So came out together, 5 of Cups and the 2 of Swords. Libra, no, you're sad. Or this situation is just going to continue to be sad. More straight on his face is what I'm seeing is someone is sad, someone is in mourning, someone is, suffering some type of loss or distress in a situation with the 5 of Cups, but they do not acknowledge it, 2 of Swords. They do not make it public knowledge. This is suffering in silence. This is somebody who tries to put a bright face on things. And I'm just like, well, I can let you know, friends. My advice for more often than not is to be expressive, to tell your truth, right? Even if it's embarrassing, even if it's possibly hurtful in some type of way, it's always better to err on the side of truth and honesty and being upfront with people. But what I'm sensing here is, quietly crying in a corner, in a closet at night, laying in the dark, holding back your cries. And then when the day comes, acting as if nothing is distressing you, nothing is bothering you with the 2 of Swords. Singularly, the 5 of Cups, like I said, is about loss. It's crying over spilled milk, and it's seeing what once was and knowing that it could never be that again, or feeling, again, mournful or sad that, it used to be so great. It used to be so cool. I used to be so happy with this person or these people, and everything was just so wonderful. It was simpatico, copacetic. It was beautiful, right? And now that it's evolved to this point of arguing and, pot shots and personal attacks and things like that, it's just like being just totally, gutted over that. Now, the silver lining, I suppose, with the 5 of Cups is that there is something in the background. You see those 2 cups that are upright on the shelf behind her. There's something in the situation that isn't a total loss, and that's kind of always hard to see, because in the middle of crying, in the middle of sobbing, in the middle of feeling like, your life has taken such an awful turn, anyone, including this anonymous pair of hands on the internet, trying to tell you, hey, tomorrow's a brighter day, or you've still got this to look forward to, or you still have this, relationship or these people in your life that help you and love you and support you, that doesn't sound like much of a consolation if your business is going under, if your business is being torpedoed because of negative, public ads, if you, again, with that political thing, or even negative reviews if somebody is doing a hit job on all your social media accounts, right? It's just like, okay, that's nice and everything, but my business, my livelihood, my career, my public persona, going back to the devil card, right? So there's something here where someone can't necessarily be consoled because they're so fixated on what they're losing or what they've lost or what they're having a tough time maintaining in their lives, right? The Two of Swords by itself talks about indecision, talks about not wanting to engage in discussion, in some cases not wanting to engage in reality, okay? Trying to, throw a new coat of paint on it when, not only does new paint not work, the whole thing needs to be demolished in some cases. Like, it's trying to salvage, in some cases, what isn't salvageable, or ignore what is troublesome, and kind of, again, like trying to get out of it, but not really being able to. So the advice, Libra, if it's not you, be aware that that's what this person is going through. Whoever this is, friend of yours, family member, business partner, lover, whoever, realize that someone in this situation is having a tough time of it, and they're not able to cope very well. And it could be, again, it could be this person who's just like, hey guys, let's let bygones be bygones, and they're being drowned out by everybody else's arguments, and they don't know what to do. Because that's the other thing about the Two of Swords. You know you have to make decisions. You know you have things that need to be addressed, but you don't know how to address them. So you sit idly by. You sit by quietly and just observe, or just let it happen. So, going right back here, and then we're going to wrap up. That, again, I told you with the Devil card. There's something here about a power dynamic, or something about control. And I feel someone in this situation feels they have no control. They have no influence. They have no ability to assert themselves or step in and assert on the behalf of another person. They feel powerless. And that is by design, or excuse me, not by design. That is by, that is the result, thank you, of the actions of someone else. I'm going to leave it at that. Libra, that is your reading for mid-September. If you liked it, the like button is down below. Go ahead and hit that for me. If you want to leave a comment, let me know how this resonated in your life. That'd be super great. If you want to share the video, let other people know you like watching my stuff. And of course, subscribe to the channel. If you have not subscribed before, that'd be super great. Or you're not subscribed now. Maybe you were a subscriber, then you left, and maybe you want to come back. That's totally cool. Doing all of those things helps keep my channel afloat here on the YouTubes and their crazy algorithms, and it brings more people to the channel. So if you want to interact with the video and the channel, please do so. If you want to do a donation, links are down below. Personal reading, you can find that information down below. Libra, I didn't say this in the beginning, and if you're still here, you're going to hear this information, so congratulations. I will be back soon with your October readings and your mid-Octobers, and then of course, and then I'm going to have your birthday reading. You'll see that in like 2 days. But then I'm also going to go live for you guys in October for your birthday season. It's probably going to be the second weekend in October on that Saturday, whatever date that is, I don't know. So if you can join me at that time at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that would be super cool. I do that once a month for all the signs. So if you have questions, get them ready and hold on to them for about 2.5 weeks or so, okay? All right, Libra. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate this. Take care.